Hey guys, it's Bruce here, and today I'm going to share with you how I run my mages. I'm going to show you my 2 legions of mages and 3 legions. I'm going to share you also the talents because there's going to be a different talents. The commanders is going to be with skill talent tree, but it's going to be different skill talent tree for each of the commanders. Maybe as a second opinion, also I'm going to share with you how to level up your legions. In general, how to get better level and how to get your heroes to level 60 before everybody else. Is going to be something about the deputies and your commanders, but we're going to go there. First, the legions. I'm going to start with the 2 legions, and after this I'm going to go over the 3 legions, and I'm going to say why I'm not going to go for 3 legions most likely this season. And this have to do something with the artifacts, but we're going to go there. For now, the 2 legions, I think most of the people are going to know that is going to be Lilia, Valin, and Bertrand in combination with Tocher. I don't know why the game suggests me always the Husk. I guess the game like Husk. So this is my 2 legions. Now for the Lilia talent tree, if I go for the talents, this is the talents I use. Now I don't use this energy boost. It's just Lilia's are hitting 3 legions. There is going to be very rare case where there is going to be like 4 legions or 5 legions. Most of the times when I do fights, people are spread, they don't stuck that much on one place, and this is just 8% chance to add additional target to the rage skill. So I'm not huge fan of this, since again there is just people don't stack that much together, and I prefer this one, which is giving 10% defense penetration where you cast your rage skill for 5 seconds, and this is every 30 seconds. Now the timer is 30 seconds, which is a lot, but still it's better from something that most likely never is going to happen, this 8% chance. Now this on the magic side. On the skill side is this, most likely, not most likely, I stuck basically on the hero skill damage, since the mage troops are troop that is not doing good normal attack damage. Even if you open your tier 5, which I did, the damage is still not that much. So I strongly suggest people go for the hero skill damage. Here I have hero skill damage. Here I even sacrifice my normal attack damage for more hero skill damage. And of course everything is about the rage. Getting rage when you cast, 10% chance to get 50 rage. Now the important part from the talents of the heroes is going to be this section right here. Either to go for critical damage or to go for the synergy. Now, the way I'm going to run Lilia on the 2 legions is going to be with Valin, and Valin is giving 10% critical rate. Also from the talents, I'm also going to get 10% more critical rate, and keep in mind that the Valin critical rate is not hero focus critical rate. It's basically magic units. Magic units in the Villain Legion get 10% hero skill critical rate. It's not nothing about the focus. So this thing is going to stack with the talents that you're going to have with your Lilia by running Lilia Valin. And I go for the critical damage, since I'm going to have like 20% critical rate. So it's better to boost the critical damage, since this one, there is no chance I get this effect. When you get some buff, you have a 20% chance to increase your hero skill damage, can go up to 10%, which is a decent one. This talent is a very good one, but not Lilia don't have any kind of boosting, any kind of buffs in general. Also Valence, so this is not useful. Now for the 3 of 3 Legion, I run Lilia with Theia, but yeah, we're going to go there. Now for the Bertrand and Tocher, go for the skill, absolutely the same on the left side. mostly about the armor penetration, defense penetration when you cast your rage skill. Here on this side for the Bertrand, I go for critical rate, which I think is absolutely fine, even that Bertrand and Tocher don't have any kind of critical rate from their normal spells. But still, 10% is 10%. If you spell crit, every 10 spells, one is going to crit. You know, 10%. But here I stuck on the synergy. Just because when getting buff effect, your Legion has 20% chance to get hero skill damage synergy. That's 10% for 5 seconds. Now why I go for Bertrand on this? I'm also going to explain about the 3 legions, but we're going to go there. Now Tocher have this spell is, for example, when Tocher challenge his passive skill, Rage of Plateo, his legion get Undying and Shelter for 5 seconds. So most likely this is going to trigger this synergy when you have 20% chance to happen. Also from the Bertrand side, he's getting these stacks. When Bertrand do hero skill damage, he get 1 stack of golden mark. Now I'm not quite sure this is actually a buff and can actually trigger the synergy. But still, I think synergy, this 10% more hero skill damage is a very, very good one. And that's why I go with this thing about the Bertrand. Just I have in the Legion somebody who can give me buffs. Also Tocher, if Tocher is awakened, he's going to give Keen, which is 35% attack for 5 seconds. Also a very decent spell, but only if he's awakened. We know that those heroes don't get awakened very hard. I mean, you have to collect emblems for this. So the next legions is going to be my 3 legions. Is going to be one is going to be Lilia in combination with Theia. This is one of the legions. The second legion is going to be Wilder in combination with Valin. And the third one is going to be, again, Bertrand and Tocher. I think Bertrand and Tocher is pretty much built for to play together. Now, I'm not going to go again over Bertrand and Tocher. I think people already know what I'm going to say about this legion. But the other 2 interesting legions is going to be Lilia and Theia and Wilder with Valin. Now, about Lilia and Theia, the talents is going to be the same. You're going to get synergy from Theia. Basically, Theia Legion get a shield, blah blah blah. When also get synergy, increasing hero skill damage by 15% when and the rage skill is casted. So you're going to cast your skill. If your Theia is a deputy, most likely it's going to be a deputy. It's going to cast the shield, and the next spell is going to actually get this 15% more hero skill damage. So for Lilia, I don't need synergy. I don't need this 20% synergy. And still, if I get critical, very nice. And I'm going to go for boosting the hero skill critical damage. That's why for Lilia, this talent is basically the perfect one. Now, the other talents is nothing that important. I mean, if you've been hit, you better don't be hit by anything. So yeah, this is for the Lilia and Theia Legion. This is the way I'm going to run my 3 legions. The other one is going to be Wilder in combination with Valin. Now, Wilder talent tree is going to include also the synergy. And most likely is because when Wilder takes hero skill damage, and when you bow up, or even when you're around some other heroes, there's a big chance you get some kind of splash damage. And his legion receive shield that can absorb large amount of damage, shield factor 600. This effect can be triggered once per 20 seconds. Still, I think this is very nice and is going to actually give you some buff that can trigger the synergy part over here, and your heroes is going to get 10% more hero skill damage for 5 seconds. This is the main reason why I go for these talents, but still, since Valin is having a critical rate, you can easily go also for the hero skill critical damage, since from Wilder and from Valin you're going to get 20% critical rate, which is the same percentage like Lilia Valin. And yeah, it just depends what you like here. Especially for Wilder, you can go for this one or you can go for this one. It didn't actually matter. Of course, the last talent is going to be Caged Animal, where you're going to get increasing the hero skill damage maximum 8%, which is fantastic. Now, why I'm not going to run why I'm not going to run 3 legions, even though that I actually have the units. I mean, if I check my legions, I have 907 mages, tier 5 mages. Oh my god, I even have a tier 3. Imagine that. Still, Celestials are very good, but is tier 4. Even though tier 4 have decent damage, is basically close to tier 5. This is tier 4, they have 251 magic attack, and my tier 5 is having 292, which is way more. It's not that much from the Celestials, and that's why I think from the mages, Celestials are basically better from the ground mages. You know, my personal opinion. But anyway, why I'm not going to run that is just because when I create my legions, I actually have only 2 good mage artifacts. That means Phoenix Eye, and in the artifact throwback, I managed to make like how many draws I make? I think 100 draws. You actually need 100 draws to be able to select a specific item you want to go for. And there I actually go for Mirage Orb, since I didn't have any chance to get it when it was presented in the game. So yeah, I have 2 artifacts, and most important, this artifact is the damage they're going to give you. Magic unit attack is 40%, Legion attack 22%. Of course, this is damage taken, damage deal. Absolutely the same for this one. 40% magic attack, Legion attack 22%. Damage taken, damage deal. Which is very strange. I mean, here, as you can see, the percentage are very decent here, but anyway, the point here is the attack these artifacts are giving. Now for my Wilder, I can use Magic Bomb. This is, or I can use Tear of Airborne. Now the Tear of Airborne was something that I was looking to go for, but my Wilder and Valin is going to do my splash damage. Both of these 2 heroes, Wilder is hitting 4 legions, Valin is hitting 3 legions, so I definitely need something to do massive damage. Now I can switch the artifacts between the Mirage Orb to put it on Valin and Wilder, and give to Bertrand and Theia the Magic Bomb, but still, I think I'm going to lose a lot. This means a lot of attack for my legions, and I don't want to have 2 perfect legions and the third one just not fit with the rest 2 legions. That's why I'm still thinking that I may go for 2 legions and not actually use the combination of 3 legions I show you. So yeah, this is my 2 cents about the mages and how I'm going to run my mages for the next season. Still, I think mages are power, even though some marksmen are doing pretty decent damage to the mages. Basically, marksmen are counter mages, and by having this long range warfare, you basically make the marksmen like mages, which is pretty annoying, especially with if you have like 5 legions marksman. Okay, 5 maybe not, but 4 legion with marksmen, or 3, you can snipe mages here and there, which is going to be very annoying. But it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, hit 1 like, subscribe, become a member of this channel, and see you in the next video.